Today we have a fun day. We are doing a leg day, but a lot of the stuff is new and fresh, and I tried to make it interesting. So I'll explain why we're doing it and how it's beneficial as we're doing it. So some things to keep in mind. Obviously, we're in season, so many of us will be fatigued from being on mountain. So off mountain training with legs specifically definitely makes it more challenging, but we still, again, like I always say, we still want to incorporate this as it's still beneficial. We still want to strength train to maintain that muscle mass, to increase that muscle mass, not as much as we would. It's taken down quite a bit from in season or off season, but yeah, moral of the story, it's still beneficial. I still want you to incorporate it. Try to time it so it's in between, not the same day as you're riding on the mountain. And remember, rest is equally as important. So I'm going to get the clock started here. Here we go. Put the volume up so we can all hear it. All right, 5 minutes. So grab one leg, reach down, stretch those quads, hamstrings. Today's movement is about 17 minutes. We're doing 2 rounds. There are 10 exercises. You will need dumbbells or kettlebells. So we want to add a little bit of weight to this. It's a mix between eccentric, isometric, power, all of the above. So we're really trying to incorporate a little bit of everything because, like I always say, it is still beneficial. All right, so I'm just we're stretching those glutes a little bit. You can add a little calf raise in there if you want. Okay, so let's go down, and we're gonna do kind of hands on the ground, and we're gonna stretch our adductors a little bit. You can shift your weight onto your elbows and then transition to internal external rotation with those hips, adding a little bit of mobility. So as I bring that right leg down, knee down, I force that adductor on the left out and adding a little bit of external rotation into that hip. As you get a little bit more warmed up, this should become a little bit easier. Again, as you can see, I don't have shoes. Feel free to wear shoes if you want. This is my own gym, so I can do so, but I know if you're at a commercial gym, it makes it a little bit harder. Good, keep going. I'm not too concerned with the heels at the moment because we're still cold. Good. And then go down to that yogi squat. You can add some pulses in there. I'm going to sway back and forth. Do what you can. If you can't do this, that's perfectly okay. The point is, we're just getting warmed up, specifically our legs. Good. Okay. My favorite, lunge, rotation, or reach for the sky, adding a little bit of that thoracic mobility in there. Getting the blood flowing. And then adding that power component back to standing. Just like any athlete, no athlete at the professional, semi-professional, or even amateur competing goes in cold, and neither should you. So I always use the example, soccer players, you see them on the sideline, in their pennies, and they're always warming up. They're always ready at any second to go in. They're staying warm. They're running. They're moving their feet quickly. They're jumping. As soon as the coach says, okay, you're in, they're sprinting on the field. It's game ready. So it's no different for snow sport athletes. So here, and then we can also add in that component for our spine in the lateral way as well. So I can either turn internally, it's probably easier, versus here. So here, turning away. Good. Okay, you can jump around a little bit. We have about 1:15 before we get started. Move around, jump, do what you need to do. We can add some Michael Phelps swimmer stretches. First movement we have goblet squat walks. So I'll show you what that is. We're in kind of an isometric squat position and we're walking forward, laterally, backwards. We're just maintaining that nice deep yogi squat position. I'll show you what that looks like. There's a 10-second break in between, 10 movements, 60-second break, and then repeat. Easy peasy. Each movement is 45 seconds long. So we're gonna work a little bit. It should be fun. All right, big circles. About 20 seconds left. Grab your weight. Get ready to work. So I have about, this is 12 kgs. Not too much weight, but it's enough. I get that in that goblet squat position. So here we go. That goblet hold position, 3, 2, 1. We get into that position and now I'm walking backwards. This one's tough. If you don't want to use weight or if you want to hold it here, it's not as difficult, but we're still working. So I'm going to go forward this time. Remember to breathe. I'm going to turn and then we're going to walk, crab walk to the side. I guess that would be a better name for this, wouldn't it? Make sure to drop deep into that squat position. 13 seconds left. Keep going. And back. Stay down. 2, 1. Good. Weight is down. Now we're going to a squat reverse lunge. Okay, I'll show you without weight first. Here we go in 2 seconds. So squat, reverse, and back, and up. Squat, reverse, back, and up. So this is a nice compound movement. Really focusing on glutes, quads, calves, all essential muscles for snowboarding, especially those of us who stay in those deep squat positions, especially on powder days. And this is a little mobility, right? Like you're forced to stay in that hip flexed position and now you're shifting that weight over. You're stretching that hip flexor out. Good, last one. Good. All right, move on to iso lateral pull-throughs. So let's go right side first. Have your dumbbell. So right side, and we just pass throughs. So we're isolating this quad here. We're isolating that glute. All right, and then we add shoulder and core activation with those pass-throughs. What I don't want to see is as you're passing it through, you're using that spine. Keep that core engaged. Keep that weight on that right side. And then pass that weight around. That quad should be on fire right now. All right? And if I want to go the other way, I'm breathing. 4 seconds left. Last one. Good. Shake it out. And then shift over to the left side. All right, so grab your weight. Lateral to the side, left side. Same thing. And you might notice maybe one side is easier than the other. And that could be for a number of reasons. Flexibility, mobility, strength. That's perfectly normal, okay? And if you need to take a break, just come back right here. When you're ready, drop back down to that lateral lunge. I think I was saying lateral squat, I meant lateral lunge. And then pass that weight around, just like so. Good. Legs, core, shoulders, and up. Good job. All right, moving on. We have eccentric squat tuck jumps. Okay, so eccentric, here we go. Count to 4 on the way down. Immediately back up into a tuck jump. 3, 4, up. Good, so soft feet. eccentric, so that muscle's under tension, working backwards. All right, and back down. And we add the power component just like you would on a snowboard. All right, width doesn't matter as much to me. What I'm focusing on here, aside from lowering myself slowly, is creating that power, driving through those heels, and landing softly on my feet. All right, good job. Okay, single arm good mornings. I'm gonna add some weight. Now we focus on the hamstrings and core, okay? Right side first, shoulder width apart, hinging backwards, spine is nice and strong. We feel that stretch in our hamstring, and then we drive with the glutes, okay? So my weight is gonna wanna pull me to one side, but I focus on keeping my shoulders even, keeping my back straight, my core engaged, and focusing on that kind of the top end of those hamstrings and glutes, all right? Exhale on the way back. I'm not holding my breath. Good. Hamstrings are hip extensors. They are flexors at the knee, and they control that squat as you go down that nice deep squat position, okay? So left side this time, again, shoulder width apart. I'm gonna step back here, I'll do it forward. So here, down, down, down. Notice how I didn't even let the weight touch the ground. Down, 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 down. It's not necessary because I still feel it. I'm hinging at the hips and then driving right back up. This arm is just a counterweight. Use it if you want. It's not completely necessary. I like to have it. Hips are being pulled back with a piece of string. I'm not bending from my low back or my mid back. All of this is coming from my glutes and my hamstrings, okay? Good job. Okay, lateral lunge press. So grab that lighter weight. Okay, so lateral lunge here, and then press back, drive back up to standing. So we're doing right side first. Lateral lunge, press here. I like lateral because, you know, on a snowboard, we're moving and working in that lateral sense, on that frontal plane here. So I like to work out and strengthen on the same plane as well. Okay, but this is a multi-plane exercise. We're working on those glutes, those quads, the shoulders, those adductors, and then driving back up into that standing position. Last one. Good. So, again, get that kettlebell in that racked position. Left side this time. Here we go. Deep breath. Here we go. So left lunge, drive. And I like this also for pressing because we can't sheet. Normally if I'm here, I can kind of bounce it up. But here, it really forces that my strength comes from my shoulders, my chest. Here we go. And my body is having to control that lunge, so it makes it even harder. Good. Last one. Good. And rest. All right, that's my phone. Squat back rolls. So here, we have to grab that weight. We go down into a squat. We roll, and then we come back up into standing, okay? So, a little mobility, control, core. That requires a lot of mobility right there and strength to come back into that squat, yogi squat position. And this one, honestly, is kind of fun. It's different, but you create that momentum coming back Just like so. Last one. And up. Good job. We have about a 60, 70-second break. Get some water, get a towel. And then we do it all over again. Good job. So that was a lot of quad and glute dominant workouts. I'm sure you felt it. I know I did. But hopefully it gives you good information for what you may need to work on. And many of us may already be fatigued from riding, from activities, running, mountain biking if the weather is nice. So keep that in mind as well. Okay, we have about 20 seconds left. Again, we're starting with goblet squat walks. So I grab my lighter weight. We're gonna start in about 10 seconds. Enough rest. And I'll start forward this time. So nice racked position, that goblet racked position, shoulder width apart. And here we go. So squat, and then we walk forward. And then back. Good, stay in that nice squat position. You can drop down a little bit lower if you want. And then back. And then I'm gonna turn to the side because we can. Little monster walk, goblet monster walk action. And then again. And then last one. Good job. Okay, quickly transition, squat, reverse lunge, all right? So again, no weight for this one. Okay, so we go down, transition to one side, reverse lunge, and back up. Okay, down, transition to one side, reverse lunge, and back up. Good. So we really focus on that isometric strength, that single leg strength, see what we're capable of. This one will give you a lot of good information, especially those who lack dorsiflexion or that ability for that ankle to come up towards your nose. And up and back down. Good. And drive. 2 more. Last one. Left side. And then up. Good job. All right. Isometric lateral pass-throughs. Whew, these were brutal. Grab your weight, right side first, okay? So again, if you need to start a little bit higher, that's okay. We start a little bit higher. We're passing through. You could make that interesting. I was thinking you could go here, around your waist, back under, you know, keeps things spicy. And then reverse, now we're going clockwise, figure 8. Good, you should feel this on that right side. 8 seconds, keep going. Keep going. Good. All right, shake it out. Okay, left side, here we go. Left side, we're passing it around, underneath. Good, just like so. So where should you be feeling this? So quad dominant right here, right on those quadricep muscles, and that glute in the back. You probably feel a nice stretch in your inner groin, the adductor, and then you add in that core component. I have to drop down, keep a proud chest. I add my shoulders into it. So it's a nice, well-rounded movement. Good, almost done. Last one. Good job. Okay. Whew. Eccentric squat tuck jumps. All right. All right, so count of 4 on the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, jump. Soft feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. We're driving those knees up. 1, 2, 3, 4. We had the eccentric component to build the muscle. 3, 4. Then we had the power component to utilize that strength, acceleration. Good. And then we actually work eccentrically to catch ourselves on the way down as well. So it's a well-rounded movement. Last one. Good. All right. Single arm good morning. So grab my weight again. Right side first. Okay, reach down and drive. Down, 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 down. And I'll do it to the side. 2, 3. My feet are actually a little bit wider for this, just because I have that weight. I don't want it to rub against my shin, my knee. If I want to go a little bit faster, I can do that as well. Just make sure I maintain control, because with this one, it's easy to lose. It's easy to overcompensate with other body parts. Last one. Good. Shake it off. Big belly breaths. Get some fresh oxygen to our system. And we're starting in 1 and go. Here we go. Up, drive. One last cue with this. I see a lot of people who do perform deadlifts. They overextend their low back. Don't do that. It's not necessary. It's an easy habit, but I really want to focus on that glute contraction, not overextending my low back. All right. It may work for a while, but if you start lifting heavy weight, that's going to do a number, and it's only a matter of time before we get injured or something breaks down. I'm not saying I shouldn't make a blanket statement, but I've seen it, I've experienced it. Yeah, anyways. Good. Okay, here we go. Lateral lunge press, right side first. Grab that weight, get it in a nice racked position. So lunge and press. Again, some ways to make this easier. If you need to break this up into pieces, so here, here, lunge, and then press. Maybe you don't even add the press in. Maybe you just do it without weight, and then just do, body weight movements until you feel more comfortable adding a little bit more weight into the mix. Good. And drive back up. Last one. Right. And reset. Okay. Look at that. That sweat. I don't know if you can see that. I'm working. Okay, left side. Here we go. Racked position. So, lunge, lateral lunge, drive, and back. Good. I'm going to stop talking for a little bit. I'm going to work. Last one. Good. Okay, last one, squat, back rolls, squat, back rolls. So again, here we go. Yogi squat down, soft landing, back roll, back up to starting position. One thing if you've noticed, I actually bring that weight forward a little bit when I'm coming back up to create a longer lever arm. If you can, keep that close to your chest. I encourage that. It makes it a lot harder. Good. Last one, here we go. And drive. Good job. You can hear me heavy breathing. Well, I think that was a bit more than, that was like 30 minutes or so. So, good job. I apologize. I should have told you that from the beginning. My mistake. But for those of you who stuck with me, did 2 rounds, well done. And I will see you next week. Thank you for joining me and have a great week on the mountain.